Hello, welcome back to FourmileTV. Here we are playing Vampire Survivors. This is a sort of 8-bit indie classic in which you, I think you're a vampire, hence the title, but I'm not sure. You sort of have to mow down thousands of night creatures, to quote the page, the Steam page, and survive until dawn. You don't cling on to life because you will die at the end. You can't live forever. But the aim is to survive till dawn, and you just end up surrounded by thousands of creatures. You have a selection of these players so far. These keep getting added to. I think I've played with all of them so far. They all have specialist weapons. This guy uses a whip, wand, staff, throwing knife. You know, they have special abilities. AoE. This one comes with a ready-made shield. You'll see it as I'll get into it. AoE, more AoE, crosses, bones, all sorts of stuff. And as you get into the game and start playing, you start picking up skills. And then you can sort of make your build as you go along. It's random each time, so you never know what you're going to get. You can power up your skills at the end of each game because you get sort of money. I've got 5,018 there. So this allows you to power up the might of your shots, your armor, your health, your recovery, and you can put points into this. Quite expensive. So I just put something. Projectiles move 10% faster, and that's good for any character then. So you can start sort of improving your build. I can't make that go up. I drag it up. Okay. I know there's a new one. Curse. Increase enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency by 10%. Why would you want to do that? It's a curse. Gain 3% more experience per rank. So, yeah, it's constantly updated. This game. There's always more content being added, and I think it's about £3 UK money. So, you know. I think it's definitely worth a look. Unlocks, these various unlocks you get for doing certain achievements within the game. Week 5, you see I've got a lot of them so far. And you know, some are just surviving long enough with characters. So anyway, let's just get into it. I'll show you what it's all about. I'm going to pick a character. So let's start with. So they've all got different skills. Here you go. Gets more projectiles every 20 levels. So you usually get up to about level. I can't remember what the maximum is. Is it 50 or 100? But you realistically could get +3 anyway. It gets up to level 60 +3 projectiles. So it fires 3 more projectiles with every shot. Pretty good. This guy comes with a shield, permanent shield, which is this garlic bulb, and 25% pickup radius. That's picking up stuff as you go along. You pick up items that drop around you. That gives you more of a radius to pick it up. You'll understand as I get into it. But I'm going to start with Gennaro, I think. We're going to start with Gennaro. He's a specialist in projectile weapons, so we're going to try him out and we'll take it from there. Let's say each game is different, so you get to not yet discovered. Haven't even seen this level yet. Haven't even seen that level. We're going to start at the start, and we'll probably do a series of these, working my way through it as more updates come out. Yeah, so you start at the inlaid library. This quiet, long library is the ideal place for where to rest, meditate, and forage for roast chicken. But what's a stone mass doing here? Okay. I think this is one of the easy ones. You've got a hyper mode, which makes everything kind of crazy and makes it even more difficult. You earn more money for that. But I don't think that's the best way to introduce you. Time limit is 30 minutes. That's all you have. Clock speed ×1, move speed plus 25%. All right. Let's get into it. Well, so you start with the basics. I start with these throwing knives. Yeah, you see that? When I take damage, it comes off your health bar. You've got to pick up these little blue gems. They give you experience, which you can see at the top of the screen. There you go. It's my first level up. So this is where you get to sort of start. This is random, so you don't always know what you're going to get, and you can't really tell what build you're going to get into. But there are certain builds, like an AoE build or a high sort of DPS build, or so on. I want to go for lots of weaponry, so lots of things being fired out from me at the same time. This is AoE. This strikes enemies around really good when they power that up. And each one of these has a sort of certain amount of power-ups. You can power them up 3, 4, 5 times sometimes. Sometimes even more, sometimes up to 9, and they become very, very powerful. So in this case, you power up the axe, you'll get like 2 or 3 axes coming out at once. But I'm going to go for the cross. Aims at nearest enemy, has a boomerang effect. Okay, I'm just going to stand my ground here and just dig my way into these guys. Get out of the way. A shield's always really good. Okay, next one. I'm gonna go for the. I'm gonna stick with my my missile weapons. So I'm gonna go for an axe. Again, an AOE effect here. This fires like an AOE effect around you. Again, lightning. So those two are AOE. I'm gonna stick with axe. Okay. But the axes are quite damaging. But like I say, this just gets worse. This is just the start. There's no surviving this game. You don't live. There's no happy endings in the gaming sense. Not in any other sense. You know what I'm talking about. But why cling on to life? Okay, so we've got another knife. More damage on the cross, or character gains 8% more experience. Experience is good because it means your blue bar goes up faster, means you level up faster, means you get skills faster. But I'm gonna, and as you can see here on the left hand side, you can see my dagger has 3, 6, 8 upgrades. The cross has 9, no, 6, 8, 8 again. Yeah, oh my god. And the axe has 8. My mind just left me then. Axe has 8, so you can level these up 8 times. So they become pretty powerful by that point. So I'm going to get another knife going. Let's just get some weaponry coming out of me. So down here you see coins to pick up, and this is a chicken down here. So when you run out of health, you can pick up those chickens. There's many ways to play it. I think, you know, I tend to look for shields earlier on, but I'm not going to do that in this game. So part of this game is going to be just keep it on the move, keep it on the move. Okay. Spinach raises inflicted damage by 10%, which is good. A whip, so you've got another weapon coming out of you, sort of weapon that you fire. That's horizontally, fires a whip forwards and backwards, and again, 10%, 8% more experience. I'm going to go for spinach, more damage. We're going for a DPS build. We're already on the DPS build track here. And as you can see, just cutting a groove into these guys. Cut into your groove. Why? Stop singing Madonna. Okay, and it's pretty easy. This is sort of first wave of baddies. Alright, okay, next slot. So we've got a new one. Fire Wand fires at random enemies, deals heavy damage. A laurel shields from damage when active. So you have like a little shield around you, and it comes on, and you can take a slight amount of damage without actually hurting yourself. And some of these weapons evolve, like this one here, evolves into something I don't know. I'm going to go with the Fire One because I think that's new, and I haven't used it before. Let's see that Fire One come out. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we're 2 minutes in and they can't get near me. Let's pick up all these blue things. Now, also there's... Okay, wait a second. Duplicator fires more projectiles. Okay, we're going to go with that. That's an obvious shoe-in for our build. So there are bosses in the game, and when you kill bosses, they drop boxes or special power-ups. And those can be things like pick up all the blue gems around you, you have to go pick them up, or kill everything on the screen, or invulnerability. So you look out for the bosses, they're particularly hard to kill, take a lot more damage. Okay, we're going to stay away from AoE as much as I want to go for that. My mind is being drawn towards that. Reduce incoming damage by 1, that's quite useful, but we're going to go for that high DPS. Craziness. We can worry about that later on. As you can see in the top left hand corner, there's only a certain amount of skills that you can pick up. I think 10 all in all. So when you're picking up new skills, you have to be sort of careful that, you know, if you're looking for a certain skill in particular, and you've used up all the skill slots, then you won't be able to pick up any more. So as you can see, this one's new, so this will take up one of the slots. A bracer increases projectile speed by 10%. I like the sound of that. We've already got, so because I've already taken spinach, if I take, I'll keep getting upgrades for this now because it's already in my corner here, up in my skill set. So I'll keep getting options to upgrade all of these skills. Eventually it will stop giving me new ones to do because I will have filled up my 10 slots. Get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Okay, anyway. Pretty formidable. A really good start in all honesty. Sometimes you get starts where the skills are all sort of very separate and you can't really get them to mash together. In this instance, I mean, look, I've just got just a blue fest. Pick up all these things. A whip, we're not going to go for that. We might go for this 8% more experience. I think that's going to make sense. That's just going to give me the chance to level up quicker. Alright, again, so AoE things. This is like a shield actually, it might be quite good. These are like Bibles that swirl around you and they perform from like a sort of circling shield. This is like an area effect bird, I don't know how else to describe it, that flies around and sort of fires projectiles at the floor, so produces like an area effect attack around you and then more knives. I'm going to go for the King Bible. I'm going to get some little shields going. You'll see him proc in a minute. Okay, this is a boss in front of me there. See this big guy here? He's a boss. Make short work of him. And there we go, our first treasure chest found. Ooh, triple treasure. Wow, okay, all the same thing. So that is the increased weapon speed, gaunt, base speed. Is that base speed bracer? That's the speed of the weapons, I believe. Yeah, it's the speed of the weapons. Yeah, they're like missiles now. Yeah. Okay, so that was the first chest. I'm gonna go for a level 2 duplicator. Just more missiles. It's getting insane already. I can tell this is going to be a good run, and then you think it's going to be a good run, and then something just takes you out. You make a wrong move, you get cornered, and then it's all over. Augments max health by 20%. So I've only got 2 more skills to put into the 3 more I think. I don't know, I can get 12. I'm not sure. Has that increased? But I'm going to go for that. Augment my max health. That's not going to hurt. So it just gives you a little more flex. Sometimes you just are surrounded and you have to sort of wade your way through the surrounding bad guys and take a little bit of a hit on the way. Alright. Let's upgrade my Bible. So the spinning Bible shield sort of comes and goes. It's around for a little bit and then it goes. It's not permanent. Okay, again, more candelabra. So that's a good one when you've got area effect weapons. It augments the area of attacks by 10%, so you get a really nice big fat area of attack. Attract orb picks up items from further away. That's quite useful, but I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to stick with I'm going to upgrade my max health again. And it is easy at the moment. Let's have a bit of chicken. I am tearing a hole in these guys. Okay, Spellbinder increases duration of weapon effects. So again, that's really more useful for AoE in all honesty. So I'm just going to level up my axe. And we are just tearing a hole in these guys. Absolutely tearing a hole in these guys. It's the kind of game, it's just sort of, if you've got half an hour before you're going out, or you're going to have dinner or something like that, it's great. It's in half-hour sized chunks. We're going to go with the armour. Half-hour sized chunks, and you just get to sort of, just kick the living shit out of things on a huge scale. It's just good fun. Oh, okay, that's a new one. This would be my last one, Rune Tracer. So this fires like a rune that has like a tracing path around it, hence the name Rune Tracer, and that's quite good. It's another missile effect weapon, so I'm going to go with that. I think I've got the full set of missile weapons now. I mean, that's been a really good, lucky for me, it's been a really good skill set drop. And I say it is totally random though. Sometimes you just end up with you never would have really put together, but because of the opportunities that you get for the drops, you end up putting these sort of weird builds together. And you're like, actually, that really works. I would have never thought of that. I mean, we are super powered up at the moment. We are hyper. Another chest. Okay, some more Rune Tracer ability and 124 gold. So that increased the amount of Rune Tracers and the speed of them. We are just leveling up at the moment. We are just leveling up. More knives, more knives. Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky. I'm recording this, and the skill drops have been as good as they have been. It could have been really bad, and it would have been embarrassing. But here we go, kicking ass. So I'm not sure whether you guys are vampires. It's called Vampire Survivors, or what? Or whether you're fighting monsters, whether you're like good vampires. Does such a thing exist? More rune tracers, please. The rune tracers bounce, so they'll hit and bounce and sort of go through things, kill them, and then bounce back again. So you get like multiple kills from them. The DPS is insane. The DPS is insane. You don't really sort of floating ghost then. Those things sort of home in on you and can kill you very quickly. Not in this game, unfortunately for them. Let's level up the axes. Oh my god. Okay, so this drop here, I've got this from killing a candelabra, and that will pick up all the blue items around me. I think I can actually realistically sit here, and I don't think I actually have to move. I think at the moment I'm powerful enough just to sit here. Oh no, she couldn't get close. Until the boss shows up, I can probably just sit here and just soak it up. That's how good this build is. Yeah. So like I say, the makers of the game, I think it's called Ponkle, which is a great name, constantly updating this game. I don't know whether it's just a guy on their own or a girl on their own, but the updates come thick and fast. There's new levels being attached. I mean, since I last played it, there's a new level, which we've all go play. And there's new heroes, there's new skill sets. So it's constantly being refreshed. I love it. Oh, close. It's sort of akin to something I might have played on one of my old computers as a kid. But with that sort of, modern take on indie classic. I mean, this just, well, we've stood here for 2-3 minutes now. Let's go take that blue pill. It's so satisfying, that is. It's the most satisfying. And let's upgrade the farming. Let's upgrade the XP game. Let's upgrade the fires one more. Yeah, there you go. That was huge. So, and as you get into it, though you wouldn't believe it at the moment, the monsters become gradually more and more difficult to beat. Some become faster. Here's a boss here. They become greater in numbers. And you get to the last few levels, and you're sometimes just in a very small area that you can hardly move out of. And you're just about holding everything at bay. I'm not, it's not one of those games, this one. But it could easily have been. I could easily have been playing this, and it would have been, just a death fest. Let's increase all base damage. So there's a stone mask in this library. Let's see if we can go find it. Let's take a walk. We can just walk freely around. The stone mask gives you something I've completely forgotten about what it does, but it gives you a new ability. But I can't take it, so I'm absolutely full. As you can see, the numbers are getting a bit bigger now. Yes! Yes, feel my wrath! Let's update the cross. Try and bring them all up to level at the same time, or roughly about the same level at the same time. But some of the weaponry evolves and turns into like a super weapon towards the end game. So you end up with one of your skills just being like transforming, evolving like Pokemon, I guess, and turning into something really frighteningly powerful. More damage. And keep that damage being improved. Try and keep it in line with the health of the incoming enemies. But yeah, no problem at the moment. Just sitting amongst all this. One thing I would have liked to have got was the shield, but some more armor. The shield's really good. it actually does damage, so you can have this sort of three-ringed shield that sits around and won't let anything get near you. As they come into it and start trying to get near you, it damages them, so it sort of fights them off. More XP. Another boss here, sort of a swirling... I don't know what that is. A Medusa head. These things look like little red clouds, the green clouds, red clouds. Like they look like sort of plants or something, don't they? It's hard. Sometimes you don't really stop and look because you're too busy surviving. Give me that lovely money. Okay, another axe. That's a beautiful thing. Passes through two more enemies. The axe are one of the things that scale damage-wise, so they become hyper powerful towards the end. They're like one of your best friends. And I'm just sort of doing just going to go up and down the screen like a hoover, like you hoover your lounge. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to hoover. I'm going to call this the hoover technique. Not giving a goddamn crap about anything, so I don't care. They can't get anywhere near me. More damage. More damage. And you know you're on a good build when you're doing this. When you get into hoover mode, you can just carefree walk up and down the screen. And you know your build's pretty tight. They're powering up now. You see, they're getting around me a little bit better now. Yeah. And it's funny, you think you're doing really well, and then you don't. It's like that sometimes, this game. I mean, it probably happened to me. After all this, my talk of being having a mega build. Suddenly you go. Right, another chest, another boss, another chest. Okay, more weapon speed. We're done. More damage. Damage and XP, I think, as well. I'm going for it at the moment. Seems to be doing it quite nicely. We'll go for the Bible. And we'll go for doing the cross up, doing the retrace up. Wow, this is just like mega XP burn. More cross. More fire wand. More fire wand. Brackets, laughs, maniacal. The power. The power! Yeah, I mean, they are struggling. They are struggling to get close to me. Back into hoover mode. We're fine. They're just hoovering up. They're just hoovering up. So with the AoE builds, you sort of more have to sort of scamper around, really. The area effect sort of happens around you, obviously, and you sort of have to sort of keep moving into those areas to protect you. So as it hits the ground and starts damaging things in that area, you sort of move into that area, and so it protects you, and then it hits the area, hits a different area, and you sort of move around into that area, and you sort of have to be on your toes a little bit more there. It's very satisfying. And I'll do another video of a different level with me using the AoE build. If I can get it. You know, you can't always be sure that you're going to get the AoE build. Oh, great. Mine. Okay, more missile work. And it's getting pretty chaotic now. You do sort of get to the point where you can't really make out a hell of a lot of what's going on because of just the sheer amount of monsters and amount of small armour and amount of your weapons. Okay, here's another boss. I'm making really short work of the bosses. Just not even getting near me. Yeah, I mean, and there is like a final boss at each level that you play. More armour. I mean, armour's like rainy day. Nothing's getting anywhere near me at the moment. But when they do, oh hell no, I'll have some good armour. Be able to take a few hits. Okay, cross upgrade. Yeah. So yeah, I think though nothing's getting near me at the moment. When it does, I'll have a pretty good set of armour to be able to fight them off with, which will just allow you to sort of scamper and push through their ranks, looking for pockets of where there's no resistance. You can get in there and find a little space to breathe. But again, Hoover mode, just bang in the Hoover mode. Hoover up the XP. Okay, good. We're all sort of leveling up at the same time. I like the fire one. I like the fire one. But yeah, I was saying there's a boss at the end of each level. Each map, should I say. Before you die, you kill the boss. Before dawn breaks. I guess you are vampires because you fight until dawn, and then that's it, you're out. So I'm guessing that you are vampire, and when dawn comes, you die. Alright, you can see that they're beginning to build up a lot more now. But still, I mean, look at the crosses. The crosses are just doing some devastating work. They're sort of bouncing, hitting one, killing it, and then bouncing and killing others. Right, this bat is a boss. Okay, let's go retrieve that. More gold, more gold, more gold. Obviously, the more gold you get, the more you can spend outside the game upgrading your skills. And you can just about get the feeling now that the weapons are coming to almost the same level as the monsters. In other words, they're beginning to get neck and neck. Their weapons are killing the monsters. The weapons are sort of killing the monsters at the same speed at which they're being replenished. And then you go over the edge of the cliff, and then suddenly you're on the back foot and you're dodging. But I can still hoover at the moment. But yeah, you can see it's drawing neck and neck. I need a bit more damage on my weaponry. Still pretty good. Okay, here's a fairly sizable Medusa boss. She can't even get near me. Got near me. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Magical chest, what have you got? Okay, we've had all cross updates. So I think cross is one of the skills that evolves, turns into something almighty and deadly. Okay, no chicken. We'll increase that health. So the health and the armor is pretty good. That red bar is a good chunk on more than it was before. More Bible, more health, more armor, more cross, more fire wand. I don't know why this does this, by the way. More fire wand. Why you suddenly get a load of skills all happening at once. It's not like I've just picked up lots and lots of blue. So I'm sure someone will be able to tell me. If you look at the top of the screen, with 16 minutes in almost, we've killed 17,000, nearly 18,000 monsters. Hugely satisfying. We'll go for the axe. Okay, so this little update here, this little thing here is it gives you like fire breath. I believe that's the one. So I'm going to take that and burn things up. Here we go. Not that I really need it, but it just gives you monster halitosis, I guess. Or halitosis, rather than halio. Okay, it's gone. So plow through here like a goddamn boss. Okay, you're starting to get these green gems dropping. The green gems give you a little bit more XP. I think it's just the XP scaling up as you get further into it. And more health, more Bibles, more Bibles, more Bibles. I don't know where it does it. Wow, look at the Bibles now. It's just like a whirling derby. So there was over here there you go, another pick up everything. So I'm going to sit here I'm just going to kill things for a minute, and then I'm going to take that blue pill up in the top right hand corner. So yeah, we're nearly at 19,000 now. 913 gold. That's pretty good. I think there's an achievement for getting 3,000 gold, which is pretty difficult. But I think if you set it to hyper mode, and you maybe take some of the curses, you get more gold per kill. You can also, there's also a skill that gives you more gold each time you pick gold up. So it is one thing I haven't actually done yet. Got to get that sort of achievement for getting. I think it's 3,000 gold, but it might be 5,000. It seems quite high. It's quite a hard one to get. But yeah, here we are still. We're over halfway in now, and still nothing's getting in. But you can sort of see. You can see I'm getting near the edge. They're sort of beginning to encroach a little bit more on me, and I haven't got many more upgrades to go on my weaponry. It's all at sort of level 8, so it's gonna get dicey, I feel. And I think AOE's better in the end game, personally. Or maybe if I'd sprinkled some AOE into my build. I hadn't. So I decided I just wanted to go for a straight up missile build on this one, but sprinkle a bit of AOE in. That gives you these, like I say, these little pockets where it kills them off and you can step into. When it gets really crazy towards the end and you've got no room to manoeuvre, there we gives you a little area, it's little safe holes. You can stand in for a second and then move on. Yeah, you're not getting anywhere near me. Taking so much damage now, these things, these bosses. Okay. Minutes more to survive. Oh, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Okay, fire wand. So that's evolved my fire wand now, which means required spinach. So did you say it passes through enemies? Oh, there you go. You can see the fire wand has taken a devastating turn for the worse for the monsters. It's all powerful now. So it's sort of passing through them, and if it's not killing them, it's just going through in a sort of path, so it's damaging a lot of things on the way through. Let's get this little bit of chicken, and let's go get the collectible. Okay, so the axe just went maximum. Rune trace has gone maximum. Knife gone maximum. Oh, okay. And then once you've maxed out all your skills, you start getting to this. You can either get health or gold. Those are your choices. Just gold. Unless you need it. Okay, this one is the that's to kill everything. Well, yeah. So you take that cross, it kills everything on screen. It's a good thing to have and keep until the end game. I took it there to very little effect. It was very ill-advised when I took that then. But if you keep that in the area that, you know, when you get towards the end, you know you've got that cross sitting there. If you're about to get completely overwhelmed, you can make your way to it. Take that cross, clear the screen, just give yourself a little respite. Sometimes that's all you need, just to make them back off and come back in again. Right, we're still in Hoover mode though. We're still in Hoover mode. Right. Gold. Oops. I didn't mean to take that, but I have that. Okay, again, that's the fire breath. It's evil. Okay, Green Goblin coming in. He is not being knocked back. You can see my weapons aren't knocking him back this time. So he can pressure me, which I haven't had so far. He's pressure me now, but yeah, also no, they're dead again. It's a triple one, which is just going to be 3 bags of gold or chicken. I've got to let my dog out of the room, bear with me. Out you go, out you go. Oh, bird. Okay, we've got the upgrade on the knives as well. So evolved knife, so it requires bracer. So that makes sense now. I've never really understood that when you evolve your weapons, how and why they get evolved. Well, there you go. If you get Bracer, then you know you're going to be able to evolve your knives. So I now understand that where I didn't before. So look at the knives now. The knives are just ridiculous. Everyone full crazy. I'm just going to take the next claw chicken, I think, just to upgrade my health, just to get my health up to max. But they are struggling to get near me. As near as a perfect missile build as possible, this is. Yeah, maybe I've had shields in there instead of a couple of the, I don't know. I don't think I really need the static garlic shields, which you haven't seen yet, the sort of 3-ring shields. The Bible shields are doing a brilliant job. Oh, it's near enough for perfect build. For AoE. For missile. I'm fully expecting to reach the end of the game for this. Okay, and here we go. So, Rune Tracer as well, because I've got armour. Rune Tracer has evolved. So I've got 3 evolved weapons now, which has never happened to me before. Oh my god, so that is providing like an AoE effect. Look at that, look at the Rune Tracer. Oh wow. Oh okay. Oh, that has just got ridiculous. So the Rune Tracer's bouncing, those lines, that's the Rune Tracer, and then when they stop, they explode and do an AoE effect. That's just crazy. Yeah, I mean I'm at level 71 and I don't have to move, which is, yeah, pretty good. There you go, I learned something in this one. You have to match the skills to get the weapons to evolve. That's something I never quite understood. I don't know whether they've added in the fact that it shows you why that happens. I don't think it showed you previously why weapons evolve, whereas now I understand why they are. Let's just get to this. More money, more money, more money. Okay, 1,730, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, level 71, and we're at 25,000 kills now. Feeling a little bit one-sided. And you just play this game with WASD. You use the mouse to click options, but it's just WASD, there's nothing else you use. It's really straightforward. And I'm starting to get to the point where I can't actually see where I am. It's just under a massive area effect and missile weapons. Another boss there we made short work of. Yeah. So since I first started playing this, there's been like 4 new levels brought out for it, and that's that's since what? That's since like January, something like that. So 4 new levels brought out, and maybe about 5 new heroes. That's different attacks. And a take cross. Let's kill everything. I don't think I'm going to need that sort of thing in this one. I think it's just going to be me bossing my way to the end. I don't think there's anything that's going to touch me. I might be wrong. And like I say, death comes quick in this game. Doing well. Oh, I'm dead. That happens a lot. But I don't think it's going to happen today. Just swedging my way through them. Yes. I mean, that's just very satisfying if you like this sort of a thing. Just carving your way through thousands. Well, I'm at 28,000 now. Oh, almost got myself in a little bit of trouble there. Get a bit overconfident. Carving my way through. Okay, from over here. Can we take that? We'll take the dragon breath. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that Dragon Breath is still, you know, even at the later levels, it's just so deadly. So I think it's just one of those weapons that whatever it touches, it kills instantly. It's just insane. More gold. Okay, 5 minutes left now. Level 76. Need to start picking up the coins a bit more. Back into Hoover mode. Okay, these purple bats that are coming in, they're kind of being quite tricky. We don't really need that. We don't really need that. But that's the stone mask. We found it. It was on there. I couldn't see it in amongst all the madness. Another boss that won't be knocked back, so a bit more of a challenge. You have to keep finding your distance, but I don't think it's going to end well for them either. Yeah, these purple bats can be a bit more of a handful. Alright, let's hoover, let's hoover, let's hoover. Oh, took a bit of a knock there. My money, 2,246, doing well for cash. But if you're like me and you grew up playing Spectrum games or Commodore 64 games, this isn't too much of a departure from that era. It's obviously a lot slicker than those games ever could be because of modern computing. I mean, my first home computer probably had as much raw memory as your fob to your car, your key fob. So, but this is the sort of level of the game, nowhere near as good as this, but this sort of an idea, this sort of simplicity. So for me, it's just struck a huge sort of nostalgic chord. As soon as I saw this and started playing it, I was like, this is just fantastic, simplistic, endless fun. And there's something very, not ASMR satisfying, but it's on that level of just sort of carving your way through endless blanks of monsters. With all this sort of visual sound effects going on, and 8-bit wonderingness. Even the soundtrack is, you know, something you'd find in an arcade in the 80s. And yeah, they have struggled to get anywhere near me. I've got 3 minutes left. I don't think I'm going to make level 100. It's a shame. I'd like to make level 100. But we can try. Need to get back into a bit more hoovering. More dragon. You end up not being able to actually see where you are. There's that many effects coming out from you that you can't actually see yourself anymore. Yeah, they're closing in now. They're getting close. The weapons aren't really holding them back anymore. Let's blast our way through the top of this. I have to edge my way in. Yeah. It's getting tricky out there. We can still hoover. We've got a chest. 2 minutes left. Level 92. Oh. I think we're going to get close, but we're not going to make 100. Let's keep trying them. I'm away! I forgot you could hit escape in that bit. I've been watching it all the way through. Remember that you can hit escape to cut through. A few hits here and there now. My shields are up to the task. I've maxed out the shields, if you remember, at my health and my damage resistance. Take a little bit of floor chicken then. I'll take a bit of floor chicken. Oh, it's going to be a close one thing. A lot of red coins being dropped now. I'm just pushing my way through them now. Yeah, taking the DPS, taking the damage. So yeah, barely keeping them at bay now. Oh, come on. I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. He did it. He did it, made level 100. I didn't think he was going to do it for a moment. And then it all came true. Okay, the last 20 seconds. And yeah, this is more like it. This is more like what the experience is usually like. Just hanging onto a little circle of death. Get back, you fiends! Level 101. I didn't know it went past 100. That's how good it is, this run. Okay, we're out of time. Here comes the big bad boss. Here comes death. And that is it. That is the sweet kiss of death at the end. And it all goes quiet. It just goes from absolute mayhem to silence. That happens at the end. That's 30 minutes. That's all you can play. You've got to embrace it. Let's have a look what we got. We got fill 50. I did that was too quick. Evolve the rune trace. I've never done that before. Unlock hyper mode any normal stage. I did that, yeah. Killed 50 entries in the collection. Okay. So this tells you, this is sort of a breakdown of what happened. The upgrades that you got on your weaponry. This is quite the interesting one. It tells you sort of the DPS that you've got on your weaponry. So the highest DPS was the upgraded rune trace. So the rune trace itself did 658,000 damage. And was running at 662 DPS, but then when it upgraded to the No Future, it did 3.4 million damage over 8.5 minutes, and was doing 6.8k DPS. So if you remember, that rune trace was bouncing around, then exploding. The rest. So the other one was the axe, this is the one that scales quite high. So as you get more further into it, it does more damage. So that's 1.1 million damage, 624. So rune tracer, cross and axe were sort of up there, and then these ones, the fire wand and the knife, were doing their business, keeping things at bay. But yeah, wow. And we've got throne locks. So there you have it. That is Vampire Survivors. It is available to get on Steam. It's been out since just December. It's been out for 3-4 months. At the moment, it is. Let me just check the price on that. It is, I think it's around £3. It's £2.09. £2.09 for all that. I don't know why you're watching this. You should be buying this. You should be out there buying this already. And it's by someone called Punkle. There you go. Action roguelike adventure. I hope you enjoyed that. I am FourmileTV. If you haven't met me before, I play a lot of indie games. Mainly I play a few survival games as well. Some AAAs, but mainly on my channel I do these sort of indie games. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like, hit the share, and even hit subscribe. Alright, you take care. See you soon.